Hello all and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment video. It's Art here with the book review for NYPD RED 3 by Marshall Karp and James Patterson. I have read and reviewed NYPD RED 1 and 2 on the channel before. If I remember, I'll try to link them in the description down below. But if not, you can just search them on the channel and you'll find them. But let's talk about NYPD RED 3. Of course, we're back with our usual two detectives, Kylie and Cole, I think his name is. NYPD RED is the NYPD's version of Celebrity Crime Division, I guess is the best way to put it. Because they deal with rich people and celebrity crime. So your high white collar crime and celebrity crime. This book was a little bit weird. The first two books had murders and had twists and turns that were good and entertaining and on point. This book was a little odd. It was about financial misconduct. Yes, there was a murder, but there was a little obfuscation thrown in there, and it was just weird and didn't end in a overly satisfying way. Matter of fact, to me, it didn't end in any kind of satisfying way. It kind of trudged on. It was good enough to keep reading, but it kind of trudged on in the respect of it didn't have what it needed to really be the page turner that you expect James Patterson, Marshall Karp books to be. Because I look at James Patterson as the Walmart of writers. Yes, he has many ghostwriters that write with him, Marshall Karp, Maxine Pietro, just to name a few. But I expect his books to be page-turning, to be thrilling, to be important, to keep the ball rolling. NYPD RED 3 did not do this like 1 and 2 did. 3 was a little bit, shall we say, it had a few false starts. It stutter-stepped quite a bit in its action. It was more about the rich family and the things they had done and were trying to keep hidden from, say, financial people, rather than be about the murder that opened up the book. So in that, and the fact that there was no real justice for the murder that opened up the book, is why this book kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. It wasn't absolutely terrible, but it wasn't James. It wasn't it wasn't their best work. It wasn't Patterson's best work, and it wasn't well, I just forgot his name, because now I've got Maxine Pietro's name, who wrote the Woman's Murder Club, in my brain. But it wasn't their best work. And it just left me wanting more closure in the book. And in that respect, a book should never leave you wanting more closure, especially since we know NYPD RED 4 will pick up with its own new case, because this case did kind of get, I don't want to say wrapped up. It didn't get wrapped up, but it kind of got put away in a box to where it couldn't be touched anymore. Not necessarily wrapped up. Yes, we know the conclusion of who did what to whom, but we also know that it just wasn't satisfying. And Marshall Karp and James Patterson have done better. Will I continue on with the series? More than likely, especially since right now, at the time of filming this, there's only 7 books. I don't know if I don't know if they stopped at 7, but right now there's only 7, and we're about halfway through it, at having read 3 books now. But I don't know if I'll be picking it up anytime soon. I think I'll leave NYPD RED 3 some time to breathe so I can kind of get the bad taste out of my mouth. It wasn't a good book. It wasn't a great book like you expect, but it just left a sour taste in my mouth, is the best way I can put it. The conclusion, if you read the book, the conclusion will leave you unsatisfied. It'll leave you wanting more. And that's the best way I can put it. Now, yes, you can argue that the conclusion may fit the high-profile nature of the clients. That you can argue, and that may be a thing. But in my mind, the reason why you have 2 NYPD detectives, no matter what branch they're in, is you want to see somebody at the end of the day get the cuffs slapped on them and hauled off into jail. That's what you want, and that's what needs to happen, and that's exactly what did not happen in this case. And that's why, to me, as I struggle here to give it a rating on my own scale, it's a read it if you want, but pass on it if you want. Am I going to continue on with the series? More than likely, given time, I probably will. Probably in 2024, pick up NYPD RED 4. Probably in the spring of 2024, when I'm ready to read more James Patterson. But I expect more. I expect Patterson to be like Dan Brown. I expect Patterson to be like... Who else am I thinking of? But I expect Patterson to have that flow and that speed that just was not there. And maybe that was Marshall Karp's doing. But the short chapters were there. The book just didn't flow. It didn't have the natural flow of something that's supposed to be a page turner. I was just glad when it was over. That's why on my own scale, like I said, it's a read it if you want or pass. It's a 2 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale. It is below average, but it is not quite a terrible book. So it's a 2 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale. Yes, I do rate things lowly. I wasn't expecting this to be a low book because I enjoyed NYPD RED 1 and 2 very much, but NYPD RED 3 was a flat book that just could have been better. They could have made turns. They could have given the reader a more satisfying ending. If you're going to have a work of fiction, be a detective story and be a work of fiction, make sure or try your damnedest to make sure you have a satisfying ending. So before I gush on too long and start really breaking it down of what I thought was wrong with NYPD RED 3, I'm going to stop here and say, leave in the comments down below what you thought of NYPD RED 3. If you read any of the NYPD RED series, let me know, spoiler free, in the comments down below. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you do want me to make a spoiler-rific and a spoiler deep dive of NYPD RED 3 and go through what I think was terrible about the book. Well, not terrible, but what I think the book did significantly wrong, we'll say. Let me know that in the comments down below, too. But until next time, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more, please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, happy reading, much happy reading ahead. I'll see you again soon. And peace.